Good morning. I'm Geraldine Borbe along with Ms. Radela Limbo and Roslyn Villarba, and we'll be presenting our business proposal for our quarterly assessment. Let's start.
Ayan.
Saan po ako tumigil, sir?
Yan, tama. Yan, executive summary.
Ulitin ko pa po or skip ko na to?
Okay. Sige, skip mo na. Ang cute ng pusa, skip mo na. Baka ma-apekto pa yung grades.
Sige po. So for the problem statement or mission statement, first of all, why did we propose this enterprise? It all started because of our desire to create something that would tackle and solve social issues. We first made researches on different societal issues and concluded that mental illness is very common, but the attention given to it is not enough. Mental illness is the third most common disability in the Philippines. Around 6 million Filipinos are estimated to live with depression and/or anxiety. In addition to this problem, the world is currently experiencing a pandemic that has affected both physical and mental health of the people. They are faced with challenges that cause more stress and anxiety. Protocols such as quarantine, lockdown, and social distancing also make people feel isolated and alone. The aim of our app...
Sisingit lang muna ako, no? I think,
Yes po, sir.
balik mo doon sa previous slide. Okay.
Ito po, sir.
So dapat sana to make it look more appealing lang for the students. Siguro sana naka-bullet point kasi ako I can read naman, but for some people medyo it's a bit text heavy kung titignan. So I guess let's say bullet point, mental illness is the third most common, and then next bullet point, around 6 million are estimated to live with depression and anxiety. And then you just explain this one. We'll just add this one and not include it on the bullet point. Then, bullet point number 3, protocols such as quarantine, blah, blah, blah. Yun yung suggestion ko. It's just nitpicking.
Okay po, sir. Ito na po, sir.
Okay, so
To serve
next.
as a companion or guide to people during this crisis. We aim to provide support and company for those who are... Etong mission, sir.
Skip mo na muna yan. Babasahin ko na lang yan later. Mission and vision. Skip. Ayun, actually, nabasa ko na. Okay. Ayun, nabasa ko na actually. Yes, sige, skip. Okay, yung Coco, nakita ko si Coco. Delay kasi yung laptop ko. Sorry. Okay.
Sir, nasang part na po kayo?
Sige lang, continue, Miss Villarba.
Sir, doon na po ba kami sa target customer?
Sige lang, continue lang. Medyo na putol pero I'll just read later.
Okay po. So our app Coco is made for any race, any age, or any gender. It is basically for everyone. Its main purpose is to serve those who are in need of mental and emotional support. No matter how small or big the problem is, our app is always ready to accompany you. People who are experiencing anxiety, loneliness, or any mental problems, especially during this pandemic, are the target customer of our app. But it is not only for those who are in need of support. Those who consider themselves happy and well are also welcome to use our app.
Okay. Gets. Industry, skip. Sige, okay na yan. Yung porters, yeah.
Our Porter's 5 courses, competitive rivalry is moderate. Competitive rivalry is moderate because we're an app that focuses on mental health, and there are only a few apps with the same type to ours, making our competition low. However, generally including all mobile applications, competition is high. Still, again, we are focusing on the type of app we have. So we think our competitive rivalry is fair and moderate. As long as we can keep up with the growing industry, we'll succeed.
So, stop lang muna. So, as you can see, class, no, detailed yung kanilang elaboration. No? Kita mo kagad kung ano nangyari. Number of competitors, 4. Diversity, high. And then you have the total. It makes it easier to explain kaysa yung bakit naging high, bakit naging moderate. Next.
Supplier power. For an app, we actually don't need a lot of suppliers. The only suppliers we'll be needing would be the doctors who will help us with our premium feature to consult. Which will what will they be supplying? Simple, their service. We're also only a starter app, so we don't really need too many doctors. Hiring or partnering with too many doctors will only bring us to a great risk of losing profit. Therefore,
Okay.
our supplier is moderate.
Yung focal company's ability to substitute, no, there are very few doctors. So it's, of course, it's hard to substitute a doctor with, let's say, a med tech or a dentist. Okay, buyer power.
Buyer power, our app is unique. It doesn't have much competitors, and with the features we have, people will surely love it. However, for people to buy from us will depend on their taste, right? If they like it, they might buy from us. If they don't, then they won't, which marks our buyer power moderate.
Threat of substitution.
The threat of substitution. Just like what we have mentioned a few times before, there are not many apps with the same type as ours. That's why there will only be very few substitutions. Hence, if we perform better than the other mental health apps, people will mostly prefer our app, letting us have the upper hand and the advantage. So in conclusion, threat of substitution is low.
Okay.
Okay.
And
The threat
okay.
of new competitor. Establishing an app is easy, but thinking and coming up with a good app isn't. Again, if our performance is excellent and exceeds the expectation of the people, they will prefer us over the new ones, especially that people are usually very cautious with newcomers in the industry. And honestly, there aren't many people who would think to build or establish an app for mental health. That's why our threat of new competitor is low.
Okay. Competitor. Sige.
Competitive analysis. So the similar apps related to our app is Replica, founded on March 2017 and based at San Francisco, California. Visa, an AI-enabled life coach for mental and emotional wellness, launched in 2017. The service provides early intervention to high-risk groups through 3 methods: an AI chatbot, a library of evidence-based self-help tools, and messaging-based support from human psychologists. Sayana, an AI chat-based app that helps users track their moods to help the user become more mindful of the connection between emotions and events, founded by Sergey Pfeiffer.
Ayan. So,
Our SWOT analysis. We'll try to explain this as short as possible. Strengths embraces diversity because it's for all ages and genders to help with mental health. Two, establishing the app is easier and less costly. Since we don't need much materials to establish the app, we don't need to spend so much in establishing the business. Three, available in any gadgets owned. We think it's best if we make our app known to the public by making them available to download in all possible gadgets where you can download them. Four, it's easy to use. All you have to do is download the app, click on it, then you can now use it as to your own liking. And five, inspirational and motivational. Our app focuses on mental health, and we want to be able to help, even if this app is the least we could do to help people who might be or who are struggling with mental health, especially stress. Our weaknesses. App relies on internet and is dependent on Wi-Fi. There are undeniably days where internet service is just not good here in the Philippines, and it might affect the user opening the app if ever they encounter internet problems. People might prefer consulting with a doctor physically. There are people who would prefer consulting with doctors face to face to give them a more accurate, more detailed consultation. Also, if ever medication is needed, they'll be able to give prescriptions immediately. Or if patient needs serious medical attention, they can be confined immediately. No constant subscription of customers. Self-explanatory. If it's not fit to the customer's taste, then they won't subscribe and vice versa. Few employees. The thing is, if we have more customers or consumers who need service attention than labor in the long run, workload might increase more. That would make the performance of the app to worsen if there are not enough employees or a team to work through the app because some operations won't be monitored properly. Unguaranteed success, also self-explanatory. We're an app, we can get recommended, but has to still fit with the customer's taste or liking. We can either be ignored or be noticed. App should be updated and monitored frequently so that it won't crash so much. If app crashes and there is no one to monitor it on time and fix it, customers will complain and would give bad feedback about the app, which is not a good sign. Our opportunities, virtual seminars and webinars for users. With these, users can learn more about their possible mental struggles and other struggles too. They can also learn how to avoid these kinds of mental health issues or how to solve them. More gadgets and app users will download our app if widely talked about. In terms of our app being discovered, if our app performs well and we meet or exceed the expectations of our customers, once it's positively talked about, once it's recommended nicely with a lot of people, many will take an interest and download the app, even potentially recommending it internationally. We help with mental health awareness. We don't just profit out of the app. What we want to is to focus on is to help people with their mental health. More gadgets production, more potential user downloads. With more demand on gadgets, our app has the possibility to be downloaded and discovered more. Or threats. Picky users. If there will be numerous picky users, our app would not be noticed and discovered, hence would not be trusted and given a chance to be tried out. Technical difficulties. If technical difficulties happen within the office, it would be harder and slower to respond to our customers. This brings the questions, what would happen if our customer needed our app, but we had a problem so we couldn't use the app? Concerns of consumer privacy and data. A lot of apps have been sued and have been controversial for of leaking consumer privacy and data, which brings a threat to us because with any wrong move that leaks a data of the consumer, we'd be risking to be sued.
Yes.
Increasing number increasing
Oh,
number of sorry, increasing number of competitors with similar type of app. Since we're new, there are already known and recommended mental health apps by doctors themselves. Increasing number of competitors without any similarity of the app, like gaming apps, shopping apps, or any categories of application. We also have the risk to be ignored by other apps without the same style as ours. Apps like Mobile Legends, Call of Duty, Shopee, Lazada, and other app styles could bring a threat to our apps since people would usually prefer apps where they can buy something materialistic or to entertain themselves.
okay. Siguro yung last threat, no, medyo far-fetched siya. Pakibalik dun sa strength bago ko makita yung pusa. Pakibalik dun sa strengths and weaknesses. Miss Bo, Miss Villar ba? Pakibalik dun sa strengths yan. I think you forgot something. Sa strength. You forgot something in strength. Ano kaya yung nakalimutan niya? What did you forget on the strength?
Sir, lahat.
Okay. Customer satisfaction. So even if you have this embrace diversity available in any gadget, easy to use, inspirational and motivational, if your customer base is not satisfied with the service, wala rin. So with that, congratulations to the three of you.